Hello Aries, thank you for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm going to use the Daily Tarot by Renata Lechner. The first three readings I did were the water signs. I used 2 oracle decks, even though one of them seems to be labeled as a tarot deck. So if you look back at those 3, you're going to notice there's different decks being used. That's why. This was one of them. The Psychic Tarot of the Heart oracle deck by John Holland. It says tarot deck, and I get that there's tarot references or whatever. It just feels more like an oracle deck than a tarot deck. So instead of using this with an oracle deck, I'm using an actual deck that I feel is more tarot-like with it, because it just felt very redundant. So in case you see those readings and you're wondering why I'm using different decks, that's why. Alright, I already shuffled. Let's see what we got for you. This goes through this whole section. Okay. There's nothing over here. Alright, let's see where this is going. Okay. It seems a little sparse to start with, but let's find out what we're going for. I've done this before where I think there's not a lot, but then a lot comes through, so we'll find out. The 2 of Wands, nope. The 2 of Cups, for those who can actually read, which is not me apparently at the moment. Not through the viewfinder anyway. I'm getting, this seems to be, now I know that a lot of people see this as a romantic card, and I'm not going to negate that, like it can be. At the very least though, I'm feeling that this is a connection with somebody that means a lot to you. It seems like an eye-to-eye connection. This can be a best friend, very close family member, very close friend, whatever. Like, even if you don't completely see eye to eye, you very much feel like each other has each other's back. For example, it's not best friends, but you know, like, if push comes to shove, this person would look out for you and vice versa. That's what this card is saying. This is somebody who you trust. This is somebody who you feel cares for you and you care for. It's very deep. Now, that's what you're coming into. This is the situation. That's the person you're coming in with. It's a good relationship. Friend, lover, family, whatever. It could even be, like, I've seen this come through as a work relationship too, where just somebody honors you, you honor them, you know they're going to look out for you, you look out for them. It's good. Okay. You got 2 cards face down on the other person's side. This is definitely like an other person thing. They got face down, well-deserved reward, and manifest. They're changing things. They're going through changes in their own life. Now, again, if this is family, friend, lover, work, co-worker, whatever it is where this person means a lot to you and you mean a lot to them too, they're not telling you this. The reason behind that, I feel like it's half-baked at this point. They got well-deserved reward and manifest face down on their side, but manifest is like a creating. It's not manifested, it's manifest, like they're creating it. But they have well-deserved reward here. There's something they're going for, there's something they want, they're trying to pull into their life that they believe that they fully deserve. So it's almost like a just reward for whatever they're doing. So if it's like a friend, for example, we'll go down that road. If it's a friend and they feel like, you know, they need to get out of a bad situation, maybe they're in a relationship that's not working for them, but they don't want to drag you into it, but they've decided, you know what, I've put up with enough, it's time for me to move on. They're putting together how to make that happen, to end that, but for some reason, they just don't want to involve you in it. It doesn't mean anything about how close you are to them, it's just for some reason they've decided they don't want to throw shrapnel over your way on that, that's fine. For another example, like if you have a partner, and maybe they're going for a promotion, they just don't want to let you know right yet because they don't know if they can do it, but they're trying for it. They're trying to manifest that. This is definitely something that's going to impact your relationship, but until they can actually achieve that, they're not bringing it forward. It could be something like that. So things like that, something where this person, for one reason, for good or for bad, they're not letting you know, but they're going for something they feel is well-deserved. But I'm getting whatever's going on with this situation, they are holding it back, and I feel like it's becoming a little bit obvious. And the Moon card is very interesting because it's on your side, but it transcends what's happening between the two of you, and it's on the other person's side too. And I'm getting it it's on the whole thing here. It goes all the way both sides. I'm getting you realize something's a little different with this person. And you're feeling a little detached from them. Either some of them that might flat out be avoiding you. Others of them are just being a little coy, or they're avoiding certain subjects. They're not sure about where the thing. And the reason they're doing that is because, like the moon on their side, they're not really sure what's happening next. For example, if it's the friend thing and they're considering moving on from a relationship, they're at that point where they're questioning if they really want to do that, and they really don't want to bring it forward to you because they're kind of on the fence if they're going to do it or not, and they don't want to bring forth the reasons or what they're planning. They don't want to involve you in that because they might just ditch the whole thing. And the partner thing, where I was going like a possible promotion that could change how your life is going with them, they're really not sure if it's going to happen. But I feel like there might be even more of a kicker. They're really not sure how that's actually going to affect both of your lives if it does happen. So there's a lot of uncertainty on their side about where things are going next. And you're clicking right into it in an intuitive. This is Aries, right? Yeah. It seems like you're clicking into it, like they're acting a little weird, and you're not sure why. Like something's a little off here. But they're in this land of I don't know, and it's putting you into that moment of like, why are you acting so strange? Because it feels like that's what this is. And it's actually hitting in between you too is what I'm getting. Like things between the two of you are just awkward at the moment. When this goes on, it's just things are just awkward. Not bad, not really good, but it's awkward. Things are just awkward. You know something's a little off, but you're not pushing the envelope. You're not pushing the issue. Now, I'm noticing there's a blank, like it's blank on this other person's side. It's blank. It's flat out blank. But what I'm getting is happening between the two of you is the Three of Wands. Whatever this person was planning in this awkward moment, I feel like it's falling through. It's not happening. It's not happening. I feel like they're dropping the whole situation. That awkward moment you had, I feel like it's going to the side. I don't feel like they're going to bring it forward to you. I don't think they're going to explain it or tell you about it. But it seems to be subsiding. The Three of Wands is telling me it's just kind of moving on. It's just kind of going on. I'm getting you might see a little weird or a little disappointment on the other person's side. For some reason, they decided they couldn't go for or do what they wanted to do. And I'm getting there might be a little bit of sadness you're connecting with this person and wondering why they're feeling that way. I just don't feel any answers coming towards you. I'm getting, as far as this person goes in your life, I still feel like you're having this moment where you realize something is a little weird. You want to know what the deal was, and you want to know what they're holding or what they were holding from you. And I'm getting you have the Ace of Wands with the Hanged Man. I kind of feel like you're trying to see, like, after the fact, like, things seem to be fine, but I feel like you might be addressing it. Like, things were a little awkward between us for a little while, and I'm just curious, were you going through something, or did you feel under the weather? Like, what was the deal? Because you have the Ace of Wands, you're actively going towards this person after the fact, like after the moment has passed, and you're trying to figure out what happened and why. The Hanged Man is telling me you're getting no answers. I don't feel you're getting any answers. I just feel like they don't want to talk about it. If it's, for example, the partner with the work thing, they're disappointed and they just don't want to talk about it. They just don't want to talk about it. I feel like they're just disappointed in the situation and how it turned out. They just don't want to talk about it. If it's the friend who is possibly going to leave somebody, they don't want you to know that they were considering that. They don't want you to know anything about it. They don't feel like that's fair to put you in that position, but they don't really want to talk about the details. There's something about that situation that they're keeping to themselves. They just don't want to involve you in it. And I feel like you're not getting any answers either way. I feel like it's just a lot of round robin, talking in circles, and I feel like you just get fed up with it and you just kind of drop the situation. The third eye chakra is next to the Ace of Wands here, like this. Actually, it's more like this. Not that you can... Is it like that? Yeah, like that. I'm getting... It's more of you just kind of realizing that something is a little still off. Because I feel like this person is disappointed because for whatever reason they felt like they had to drop their plans. No matter what way it was going, they felt like they had to drop their plans. The question is it going to come forward a little bit later? and I don't feel like it is for most of you. For most of you, it's not. But I feel like this situation is going to kind of fade off into obscurity. Maybe down the road you might hear about it. Maybe. Not too likely, but it's possible. But I'm getting like the whole point of this is if you're feeling like something is off and you're wondering like, why is there this weird energy? I feel like you're intuitively getting like something is not quite on the ball. Something is a little funky with this person that means a lot to me. They're definitely not doing anything negative towards you. They're just trying to move something forward. They feel like they have every right to move something forward, but they have to drop those plans. I just feel like they're not involving you in the beginning because they don't know exactly where it's going. But then when it falls through for whatever reason, they're disappointed, and I feel like they just don't want to talk about it. They just want to ignore it. They just don't even want to get in that situation. So I feel like just in case, like it's nothing negative towards you. It's just they don't want to talk about it. At first they didn't want to involve you in it because they weren't sure where it was going, and then when it fell through, now they just don't want to talk about it. So I feel like the whole point of this, if this is really hitting, is just to realize everything is fine. This is their own thing. This is their own spiritual path, what they're doing. It's fine. It's nothing for you to worry about, nothing for you to fix. Because I feel like with the Aries energy I feel pulling in, I feel like the way you might be heading towards this and why this reading might be coming to you is kind of like you're feeling like there's a problem, and if there's a problem, let's deal with it. That type of attitude. Like, I feel like there's a problem, and if there's a problem, I want to deal with it. I don't want to just let it sit there and fester and become a big issue. But the point they're trying to say is it's not an issue for you to do anything about. It's something that they're going through. You are connecting in truth to realize there's an issue there, but it's totally on this person's side of whatever's going on. It's not going to affect you negatively. It's nothing for you to solve. You could probably talk this out with this person, but if they're not open to your help, you can't help them. It's nothing for you to fix anyway. It's something that they have to fix on their own. Even if it's your partner and they wanted a promotion that just kind of fell through, then that's for them to realize, maybe there's something they have to do differently. Maybe they have to make changes, or they have to get more education, or they have to go somewhere else, and maybe they have to find a different job. But it's for them to mull over and decide what they need to do. There's nothing for you to do for them. Are we good? All right. I'm going to wrap that up there. Thank you for watching. Of course, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.